Our movement is about replacing a corrupt political establishment with a new government controlled by you, the American people.
The foundation of President Trump's existence is taking on corruption. That is why he's on the political stage. That is why he's been the defining political figure of our generation. He's tapped into this frustration of voters that something isn't quite right. That thesis is correct. It is the defining political trend of our lifetimes, this populist uprising that's happening throughout all the world.
Would you like to be the president of the United States?
I really don't believe I would run it, but I would like to see somebody as the president who could do the job.
You've said, though, that if you did run for president, you believe you'd win.
And I tell you what, I wouldn't go in to lose. I've never gone in to lose in my life. We don't have any money. This country is busted. And it's busted because we're doing things that we shouldn't be doing. We're not going to be a great country for long if we keep going the way we're going. We must stop our jobs from leaving this country.
I knew this day would arrive. It's only a question of when. I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
He might be leading the Republican ticket next.
I know you don't believe that, but I want to go on.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
You're not going to be president.
That's not going to happen.
Donald Trump
Will never
be
elected president of the United States.
Take it to the bank. I guarantee it.
The presidential race is over.
The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong.
I don't give up.
Donald Trump has defeated Hillary Clinton to become president-elect.
For too long, a small group in our nation's capital has reaped the rewards of government while the people have borne the cost. That all changes starting right here and right now.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you.
The FBI is investigating the Russian government's efforts to interfere in the 2016 presidential election.
Breaking news right now, the U.S. Justice Department has just named a special counsel in the Russia investigation.
The entire thing has been a witch hunt. There is no collusion.
He has no idea. He's going down. I think he's feeling the noose around his neck.
The noose is tightening.
Noose is tightening.
Noose is tightening.
The noose is tightening.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
You are fake news.
President Trump's declaring victory.
No collusion, no obstruction. This was an attempted overthrow.
Jared, how did the Democrats run against this economy and the stock market, which is, of course, close to record highs right now?
Could you be voting for president in November by mail?
The aim is to avoid crowded voting sites that might spread the virus.
You're asking for fraud.
Ballots were counted for Democrats that were meant for
Republican poll watchers were denied their legal right to monitor the election with poll workers blocking windows and padlocking doors.
We did it. We did it, Joe.
Joe Biden has been elected president.
We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
We need to go into the Capitol. What? Fed.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
How many FBI agents actively participated in the events of January 6th?
Sir, I can't answer that.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundation of our republic.
One of the greatest threats that we face
Comes from the forces that attacked our government on January 6th.
And so now they're seeking to enact their political will through violence.
The rise of domestic violent extremism is a serious and growing national security threat.
far left-wing Antifa, George Floyd riots.
Oh my goodness.
What you think?
And Trump and his enablers and his supporters must be prosecuted and convicted and removed from our society while we try to rebuild it.
He's determined to convince you there is a crisis at the border.
Biden plan would unleash a flood of illegal immigration like the world has never seen.
This is a manufactured crisis.
There's zero net illegal immigration coming across the southern border. MAGA movement is a threat.
He is saying that he would weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies.
That unprecedented FBI search at the home of former President Trump.
Trump has been criminally indicted.
First president to be impeached twice.
Something we have never seen before. A presidential mugshot.
We're in a battle for the soul of this nation.
I'm telling you right now, if
they don't get a replacement and they got to run Biden, you cannot take off the table a potential assassination of President Trump.
He's going down!
The Trump story is right out of a movie.
I'm not supposed to be here tonight. Not supposed to be here.
He turns his head at the last second and the bullet grazes his ears. If he didn't, it hits the back of his head.
The reason you think you were spared?
I mean, the only thing I can think is that God loves our country and he thinks we're going to bring our country back.
I think God was watching out for Donald Trump.
This is a man who they tried to kill that we know of twice, and he's still doing this for us.
He does not care about the money, he cares about helping America.
My father was clear it would not be easy, that there would be a huge price to pay, and that the attacks would be vicious.
Most human beings would have given up. This is the single most resilient and bravest person I have ever met in my life.
When he stood up and put his hand up, that was a transformation. He was no longer just a political party's nominee. This was the leader of a nation.
For only third time in the history of the Republic, is the fate and destiny of one man tied to the fate and destiny of this country. General Washington, President Lincoln, and Trump.
Donald Trump's victory will be a triumph of the human spirit. It will be a triumph of Americans over the machine that seeks to oppress them. It will be a moral victory the size of which I never thought I would live to see.
Makes you choke up seeing how much he cares about people.
I have joined the political arena so that the powerful can no longer beat up on people who cannot defend themselves.
We need somebody that's going to fight for us. Trump is the one.
I will fight for you, and I will win for you.
It is time for the good people that know the difference between right and wrong to stand up and save the republic.
As I was saying, and together we will fight, 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 and win, win, win.